Everyone knows how much I love India. So today I'll be playing the East India Company. I will show you how to solve all the problems it faces and how to turn it into a superpower. Also subscribe the channel, mega campaign at 10k, blah blah blah, let's get into it. So we need to consolidate our colonial rule. So for that we'll have to attack a lot of people. Thankfully we do have claims on most of Pakistan. And we are also the unstable Raj. So we need to keep the stability of the presidencies pretty high. For that we should probably improve with our subjects. But let's not forget we are also a subject ourselves. So Britain, can I get some knowledge sharing? Oh yes I can. Very cool of you. And I should also try to keep the landowners happy. And I can do that by getting them into government and passing a law they like. Like for example interventionism. Yes, that's way better than extraction economy. Other than the economy, our laws are not really that bad to be honest. We have cultural exclusion, total separation, migration controls, not too bad. And I'll go for the Sikhs right from the get-go. I will also rival all those random states in Germany. Very easy way to get a lot of influence if you are a recognized power. And with this influence I will get some treaties. I want to give investment rights to everybody I can. And if they support my independence, that's also a bonus I guess. But I mostly want to let everybody invest. Because we have this much population and this much construction. Yeah, I will need some help. This war against the Sikhs is gonna be very easy. So I'll waste no time whatsoever and I'll go straight for Sindh. Or maybe I want to hold my advance over here until they finish off Ladakh. Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, they took that land. Now we can resume our advance. And we can even make more enemies I suppose. And yeah, we are not doing any conversion. Sorry, but I don't really want to deal with that low stability. I am ticking below 0 in this war, so I suppose I'll have to mobilize another army. We have to speed things up. The Sikhs capitulated, and I have quite a couple fronts to attend to. The Mountain of Light. With the capture of Lahore by Indian forces, we have acquired the legendary Koh-i-Noor diamond. So what do we do with it? Do we give it to Victoria, or do we keep it? Of course, I'm gonna keep it. And we also have this event, about Hindu overseas conscription. I don't want to reduce my stability, so I'll give them exemptions. So after all those wars, this is what we're ending up with. However, we do have a lot of events now about creating puppets in the regions we just conquered, but we don't want any of that. I'm gonna keep all the land for myself. However, now every other puppet becomes disloyal. Yeah, I'm sure all of you want a lot of autonomy, but this is not happening. And we did manage to switch to interventionism. Very cool. Now I want some better taxation, although the landowners are not gonna be that happy anymore, so that can cause some problems. So yeah, it does. Might have to decrease taxes at some point. Well, let me get them back in government. And now they're happy. And I don't lose stability anymore. Per capita taxation is here, but the landowners are not happy anymore. So maybe I should enact a law that they actually like. Unfortunately, I don't really want hereditary bureaucrats. Or to get worse taxation. Would codifying the caste system really be that bad? No, okay, we're not doing that. We're going to go for agrarianism. And that will make the landowners somewhat happy. So what's going on over here? Kabul just became a protectorate of Russia. Yeah, that's pretty bad for us. But it's also an issue to worry about later. What is important now is to finish consolidating the Raj. We still need to control states in Burma. The problem is I don't have claims on any of the states in Burma. So that means taking them is gonna cost me way more infamy. And also is gonna lower my overall SOL, which is bad because in order to complete the unstable Raj we need a 10 SOL. So I think it would probably just be better to make them a protectorate, and that way I can still complete this entry. The British are going into Siam as well. I don't know if I like that. I might have to hurry to get Burma before the British do. They are very aggressive in this region all of a sudden. Now that Burma is ours, we just need to wait for this to complete. We did it, we consolidated our colonial rule. Now in order to complete the unstable Raj I need to get the radicals down, and I need the soil up. For both of them I can lower taxes and increase wages. But what I can also do is give up some of my land, because the radicals are mostly concentrated in this region I've just conquered. And I can also give up places with low SOL so I can increase the average. All I need to do is to find a subject that is not completely disloyal. I think those guys will work. They are very weak and right in the middle of India. So let's start granting them states I don't like. Look at that, we're already back to 9.3. Let's grant a couple more. 9.9, we're almost there. We did it. The Honorable Company, yes we are. While company rule persists, Indian home rule will become unachievable. Now we can get those buffs, which will keep the industrialists very powerful, or we can get those ones which I think are way better. More bureaucracy, more authority, yes please. Yeah, now about this monstrosity I've created. I think I can give them a couple more states actually. I'll give them the extra states of my puppets. And I will invoke the doctrine of lapse. They accepted, of course. And now I have my country back. Except I'll have to reincorporate a lot of states. That's the only downside. Oh yeah, and I should stop enacting agrarianism. That was just to keep the landowners happy. Now I'll move towards breaking free from Britain. However, before I do that, I will have to research pan-nationalism. Otherwise, India will break apart. And I would like to keep all my land, you know? I will try to get colonial exploitation, just so I can finally colonize all this land over here. And I will also resume my conquest. A British dictate to build more universities. You know what? No. I want my relations with Britain to go down. And Afghanistan unified under the Russian Empire. Not a big fan of this. But it's fine, I'll just go ahead and get my own protectorate in Persia. Oh, Afghanistan is now also trying to get a piece of Persia. We have to send more people to speed things up in that case. Okay, this is bad actually. Because Persia became my protectorate, but Afghanistan is still at war with them. I did not inherit this war. But maybe Persia can hold it together, maybe. And we got colonial exploitation, so we can finally get all this land. Okay, Persia did survive that, very cool. Oh, Heavenly Kingdom, there we go. And it's pretty big as well. They might actually have a chance to do something. I did expand a little bit, took over like Nepal and Bhutan, reduced the autonomy of Burma, and I made Cambodia my protectorate. I did get quite a bit of infamy for this, however, so I will chill a little bit. Nah, who am I kidding? I can't resist making Siam a protectorate as well, and transferring all their subjects. And forget about the Heavenly Kingdom, they got crushed in like 2 seconds. Okay, finally someone is trying to stop me. The Dutch East Indies join against me, but they will not make a difference. Days of darkness. Yeah, Indonesia, that's what happens when you start going to war with me. However, we are affected as well. Oh, it's so cool, I didn't notice that. You can actually see the devastation on the map. How didn't I notice this before? Probably because I'm always so zoomed out. Oh, and actually we became the #1 economy in the world. We are above the Great Qing. And also we finished the colonization in this region. So for that reason, we should start colonizing Africa. Why not, after all? I'm not gonna let my institution go to waste. Hyperbad, what do you think about the doctrine of lapse? Oh, you don't like it actually. Oh, those guys also don't like it. Okay, then you'll get annexed. And I have the great powers on my side because they support my independence. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Imagine being an Indian prince refusing to be annexed. And then the entire world sides against you. Oh, never mind, Hyperbad backs down. Probably to protect their friends. So that was actually pretty cool of them. Change from tenant farmers to homesteading. Afghanistan could be transferred to the British. That could be something. We got pan-nationalism, amazing. Now we could break free from the British. But first we need to wait for this war to end. I will also switch my entire army to skirmish infantry in anticipation of the war. The independence war, that is. I think there is a way to peacefully achieve independence. However, I don't know if I want that. I like the idea of fighting a big war against Britain. This war just doesn't end for some reason. Why did Britain have to go into a forever war right now? Oh, finally, this is over. And the Ottomans took the Baltic provinces for some reason. Okay, I'm not gonna question it. I'll just get my treaty back with the Russians and I'll be asking very nicely for independence. And by nicely I mean I will attack Britain with the entire world supporting me, except for Prussia and the Ottomans, which might go with Britain. The British are actually putting quite a good fight, but realistically speaking they are no match for those many people. The Russians might even land their capital. Prussia left the war, very cool, less troops to worry about, the Ottomans as well, and the British capital is occupied. Yeah, it's over for them. Let's end the war, and that's it, we are free. The British influence in Asia has been greatly reduced. I've liberated Perak and Afghanistan and transferred Sri Lanka and Chiang Mai. Now the British own only this part of Thailand right here. This is the end of British rule over India, although we could actually maintain it. But no, India will be free, but it will not be fractured into a bunch of states. India will stay together. Now I'll have to find a way to fix this mess of a country. Let's establish some companies, since we are not ourselves a company anymore. I'll get the paper one, it's pretty good, and the tools company as well. We'll get some other ones later, don't you worry. And we have this event for the unification of India, so we can annex all the princely states if they have good relations with us and they have low liberty desire. Well, that might be a bit of an issue, to be honest. I did neglect them for quite a while. And I also want to form my power block. A trade league with external trade. However, that is gonna be another 500 influence, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't like this. I will rival everyone I can. And I'll have to start improving with my subjects finally. I could try to get those guys to like me by reducing their taxes. But I make so much money from that. Okay, fine, I'll do it. We need to unite India. Influencing Hawaii now. What in the world even is this? 10% influence to influence Hawaii for 20 years. That's a lot of influence. I have to say that's a lot of influence. And I could just go ahead and conquer them. That would be way cheaper. But okay, I'll try this out just out of curiosity. I could survey the Suez Isthmus. Okay, fine. Maybe we'll be able to buy some land to build a canal. I think I'll get this government now. And we can hopefully get rid of slavery. Oh yeah, those guys don't like that. Hopefully they don't become too militant. Well, we can get a new mandate for our power block. I'll take construction for now. Might switch it later. And the revolt is way too militant. I can't realistically ban slavery. Maybe we can get world voting at least. Railways for prosperity. The Grand Railway project has been completed. Amazing. The One Nation theory. We have repudiated the so-called Two Nation theory, pledging instead eternal brotherhood between all Indians regardless of creed or conviction. Sounds pretty good. Another mandate. This time I'm gonna get the company's one. Now I believe it is time to switch to steel frame buildings, although it will crash my economy, that's for sure. New mandate, this time I will be getting colonial offices. I like the idea of conquering people for less infamy. Speaking of, I think I'll make Dynamo Protectorate. They have like 7 battalions of irregular infantry. This is a joke of an army. We have a voting system finally. Let's celebrate by trying to ban slavery again. And also by annexing Oman. That's pretty fun. Influencing how I completed. Oh, it completed because the US got them. Okay, that makes sense I guess. Oh, this guy got elected as the new president. Yeah, I did not expect the conservatives to be that powerful. So I guess we'll have to lower taxes to keep this government legitimate. Or I could stop banning slavery. I will do it eventually, but just not right now. How about some free trade instead? I'll also survey the Panama Isthmus, why not? I'm also doing those expeditions now, cause I am getting a little bit bored. Maybe I should attack someone. Afghanistan, come over here. Victoria Terminus. Okay, we can build that. 46% chance of passing and it fails completely. I can't get anything done in this country. At least we have Afghanistan, I guess. Let's buy the Panama Canal and let's start building it. Seems like the US is too busy with whatever this is. And let's try to get some land in Sinai as well. And I will build a canal over here as well. The Ottomans are in a pretty big war against Egypt and Austria and all that. So I decided to also go to war with them and liberate some stuff. Probably not gonna be such an easy war, however. Also, another company. How about the Tata company? This guy is asking to get annexed. Okay, sure. I really hope more people will start doing that. That's it. I let them keep Egypt and all the other stuff they got, but they had to liberate Iraq, Syria and Hejaz. And I did also conquer most of Arabia. It was incredibly easy, to be honest. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. But yeah, it's a pretty good event. Let's get this mandate and now we can get another company. I will get the food company. That's because I really want that 5% birth rate. We still have a lot of peasants, but we have been industrializing so quickly, it is safe to assume at some point we'll be running out of them. Somebody is trying to assassinate our ruler. I would miss the authority, but honestly it's not that bad. The assassination was not stopped. Now this guy had to take over. Also, I got protectionism. Free trade just kept failing, so I settled for the next best thing. I could try to get laissez-faire. That would be nice. I'm starting to get a bit too much construction. But this would be pretty tough to pass. But at least we conquered most of Central Asia, except for this place, which is a Russian protectorate. Oh, the Ottomans want to fight me again. Okay, then you'll have to transfer Egypt. This feels better. However, Syria might get annexed by Britain, unfortunately. I am trying to make them a protectorate right now, but I'm not too sure it will work. I'll try to annex Iraq, maybe then I'll be able to get to Syria. No, for some reason this is considered impassable terrain, although it is not explicitly said. Okay, we did it. We got Syria as a protectorate. But they are still in those wars for some reason. Britain could still get everything. At least they finished the civil war they had. Now it's just defending against Britain. Oh wait, what? They actually occupy the Trucial coast. Yeah, that's their war goal. They want to liberate the Trucial states. But if they do that, then I can annex them. Which should be pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, but the British are invading. Oh no. I hate Britain so much. But let's look at the good part. All of the princely states have very low liberty desire. So I think we can click this button and annex all of them. Let's see how that goes. I think some of them refused and we'll have to wait another year to try it again. Meanwhile, we have to pay this insane amount of compensation. My god, 1.6 million. Not gonna lie, it might be over for the economy. There is no way we can get laissez-faire anymore. It's sad, it's very sad what's going on. This has to be India's worst mechanic. The cooldown went away. However, I still can't click this button because I need everyone's relations to be up to 50. So I need to wait even more. And I need to get into even more debt. Okay, now I can do it again. Hopefully this time we'll get all of them. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So do I wait another year? Or do I try to annex them the old-fashioned way? Well, it says Britain might join. And I'm in no condition to fight Britain right now. So I think I'll have to wait another year. Although the payments are getting really bad. We can click this once again. Let's hope for the best. Okay, I think it's done. Those were all the states. India indivisible. Yes, indeed. We are amazing. And I can end those stupid payments. Yes, please. Oh yeah, back in the green. We only got 100 million in debt for that whole thing. But it was worth it for a united India. Let's start doing stuff again. Let's reduce the autonomy of Persia. And Ainam. And Siam as well. Oh yeah, I feel alive once again. I really consolidated my power. Now I want to go into China. I want Tibet for myself. No one can even get involved in this. And I can make the Chinese liberate some more people. That looks better, am I right? Now let's also annex Sri Lanka. And they say no. Okay then, we can fight. Okay, they back down. Very cool. Now I can also go to Burma and annex them as well. This time we actually have to fight. And I will also get Shan. Now when it comes to mandates, I want to change things a little bit. I don't really want to stick with the construction. Only the first level is worth it in my opinion. So I'll change it with something else. And I'm tempted by creative legislature, because I never took it in any of my games, and I can't get a law passed for the life of me. Not gonna lie, I would like a war against Britain, because I do want their land over here. But if I attack them directly, then they will bring all their puppets in. So instead I will attack the trucial states, which are a protectorate. So they will bring Britain in without all their subjects. Well, if they got the Ottomans, then I'll bring in the USA. And they also bring in Prussia. Thankfully I'm mobilizing the entire country. We are now occupying all of our war goals, so it is just a matter of time. Now they are willing to surrender. We took the land in Indochina, I liberated those guys in Somalia, which I will conquer later, and I liberated Syria for the second time. If I'm not the protector of Syria, I don't know who is. I just hope they don't get annexed again. I'm also getting the Uyghurs in the power block. Laissez-faire still fails, even with creative legislature. It's insane. Maybe we can ban slavery. We got trench infantry, and yeah, I think I'll switch everyone to that. Also 1 billion GDP. Pretty good, pretty good. Time for us to take Beijing. I know it's a bit late, but I kinda want the Forbidden City. France sides with China. Well, then I guess I'll have to take their little port over here. Time for a new company as well. Could get the Suez and the Panama canals. Sure, I'll try that. I hope it becomes profitable. You may not like this, but this is peak China right here. Let's also get Yunnan in the power block. Finally, we got something done. We banned slavery. UA might become a French protectorate, but I will not allow that. I will protect them. And UA backs down anyway. You spineless coward. I was really willing to protect your country, but now you'll be ruled by the French. The Suez Canal became profitable enough, so now we can get another company. Should I just get the Panama Canal company and try to make this one profitable as well? Okay, sure. How in the world are the French already able to reduce their autonomy? They were supposed to have a truce. Oh, and Russia wants to fight me because I'm trying to annex one of my subjects. Okay, then I guess I can go teach you a lesson. And we did it! Laissez-faire is here, finally. We are starting to get our country in order. Let's also get some schools, because this is our literacy. And I released Kazakhstan. It's not even the worst thing that happened to the Russians. They lost Ukraine, they lost Poland. Yeah, the Russians have had a very rough time this game. And I will annex Persia. I want to connect my land so my name will look bigger. This is what this game is all about. Oh yeah, this feels good. No way, I can make the Chinga protectorate for only 24 infamy. That will work for me. And Yunnan left my power block. Also, we have public schools now. Oh yeah, now this is pretty nice, I have to say. Oh no, what happened? What happened to my China? Now I have this Shaanxi clique and this Hunan clique that took over. Yeah, China was balkanized. Panama Canal Company is now profitable as well, so it's time for a new one. I don't know what to choose. The Home Goods Syndicate sounds pretty good. We did commercialize agriculture as well. Public healthcare was also enacted. I want to take some land from the Shaanxi clique, but looks like Russia disagrees. They don't want me to have it, so I'll be taking some land from them as well. There is also a chance for us to go corporate state. We'll try it, we'll see what happens. I just cleaned up the borders a little bit. Annexing the entirety of Kazakhstan is only 13 infamy. I'm taking it. They didn't even mobilize anyone. They know it's not worth resisting. Also, Yunnan is only 13 infamy as well. It's crazy how cheap those states become. Now I think we can all agree it's time for a world war. Right now it's me, the US, Brazil and Austria, oh and also Spain, against the British and the Ottomans. I think we can win this. Okay, it's over. I cleaned up Somalia a little bit, took Sinai from the Ottomans, and also UA from the British, because they really don't deserve it. I'm the one that liberated them. Taking over the entirety of the Shaanxi clique is only 25 infamy. I'll do it. We'll connect Beijing to the rest of India. And now we also became a corporate state, so we can get a new company. Kinda late for that, but okay. The Motors one should do pretty well. I'll also be taking this clique and Shandong from Russia. Maybe we can also liberate Manchuria, why not? Could be pretty fun. The only independent country in China is Hunan. However, I can't really annex them, that would be way too much infamy. So I think I'll just make them my protectorate. And with this, all of China is firmly under my control. So let's take a look at the rest of the world. Russia had a very rough time. I've never seen them do so bad. Of course, I did take a bunch of their land, but they were doing terribly even before I attacked them. Meanwhile, the opposite can be said for the Ottomans. They had an amazing game. They are a great power and they still have most of their puppets. They even got new ones in the Baltics and Georgia. Austria took over the South Germans and the North didn't manage to unify. Neither did Italy. And France even broke apart a little bit. No idea why this state has the communist flag. There is literally nothing communist about them, except for multiculturalism, I guess. Anyway, Africa is dominated almost entirely by the British. It's insane. I still have Egypt, my little colony I built a long time ago, but the British took absolutely everything else. America was also very weak. They never managed to reach the west coast, so yeah, we have big Canada and big Mexico. And that's South America. Those guys are an anarchist commune. No idea how this happened, but let's get back to us. This is everything we control. We are the greatest power in the world by far. And we have a GDP of 1.8 billion. Not great, not terrible, could have done better honestly. But we are still 4 times bigger than the next country. Of course we have the biggest population by far, it would be crazy not to. But we also have a pretty good standard of living. Anyway, those are all the laws I managed to pass, my institutions, and my companies. So that's it, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Victoria 3 A to Z. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.